Am I the a-hole for not allowing my wife to break our agreement involving our cat? My wife and I have been together for 6 years, married for 2. 3 years ago we got a cat because my wife really wanted one. I agreed that she could get the cat only if she took care of all the chores related to the cat and if the cat's expenses came out of her spending money. We have a joint account that most of our money goes into, but we have separate accounts for fun money. She agreed to these terms and we got the cat. My wife is now 2 months pregnant. Bad timing, I know, and she's telling me that I have to take over litter box duty for the cat. She says that exposure to the litter box is bad for the baby, but I think she's exaggerating. I don't understand how cleaning it could affect the baby, as long as she's not eating the litter or sticking her face right into it. I think she's just trying to get out of this chore because it's her least favorite. Anyway, I told her that the agreement was clear when we got the cat and that it was unfair to expect me to take over the cat chores when she is the one who wanted the cat. She got really mad, but eventually gave up. Now she cleans the litter box while wearing gloves and a mask that we owned from before all of this. The argument came back up yesterday because we're running out of masks and there's no way we will be able to get new ones. My wife is insisting that I'm being an asshole for not taking over this chore, while I think that she's an asshole for going back on our deal. So who is the a-hole here? Edit. Okay, I get it. I was wrong about how cleaning the litter box could harm the baby. I think that my wife should have thought of this before we got the cat. It seems irresponsible to have a cat when you're planning on getting pregnant. But I will clean the litter box while she's pregnant. Edit 2. I don't understand why people think I didn't want my wife to get pregnant. We were trying to have a baby. I'm saying that it's bad timing because we didn't know that the pandemic would happen. The timing comment has nothing to do with the cat issue. You're the a-hole and your edit sucks. She shouldn't have gotten a cat 3 years ago in preparation for being pregnant. Is she your own personal incubator that needs to ignore her own wants and desires just so you can have a baby? Goodness, I wish men could get pregnant. Acting like she isn't important is what is pissing me off the most. Seriously, she is carrying your freaking child for you and you can't even manage to scoop the litter box? Good lord. Him not taking her word for it is very alarming. He's not going to listen when she talks about things like the do's and don'ts to prevent SIDS. He's very dismissive of her. I understand skepticism, but he can research it later. And how screwed up is it that he'll listen though the internet and not her? I've had boyfriends like that. I'd suggest something, they disagree but then talk to someone else and then take the same advice that I had given. It told me exactly what they thought of me. His edits confirmed his dismissiveness. He's now saying that she shouldn't have gotten the cat if they were planning for a baby. Like mon, she probably didn't even know. And the cat makes her happy. Why is his not wanting to clean the litter box temporarily more important than the joy and love she gets from the cat? Sometimes I don't understand why there are so many jokes about unhappy people in marriages. I never get to that point. Everything is great. And then I see a post like this. Your wife was completely right and she couldn't get you to understand. How freaking helpless must that feel like? She gave up on and did something that would harm her baby that apparently wanted in order to stop arguing with you. Reflect on that. This makes you look like a wall. It took internet strangers for you to understand that this is actually dangerous. Why? I value my partner's opinion over that of internet strangers. Is this a habit of yours? Are there more scenarios where you don't believe your wife, but then you discuss it with your dad, for instance, and you change your mind because other people are understanding of your wife's point of view? I honestly couldn't live like that. Seems extremely lonely and miserable. And I would probably feel useless. The most important person in my life is the one who respects me the least. And then I understand the miserable marriage jokes. I know you've already seen that your wife is correct about the litter box, but I'm adding a "you're the a-hole" to the record anyway. This is your wife, yes, the adult woman with whom you plan to spend your life. Because reading your post it seriously read like you were talking about your child. She does all of the chores. Expenses come from her money, your marriage, your business, but to an outsider it sounds like you're infantilizing her big time. Also, you're supposed to be a team. That means you work together and one picks up the slack when the other can't do something. Yes? Not point out the terms of an agreement from 2 or 3 years ago, an agreement which, presumably, she's held up her end of until now? Frankly, even without the risk of toxoplasmosis I'd say you're the a-hole. The fact that your wife is absolutely correct just makes you look all the worse. Especially since a quick Google search could have easily proven the accuracy of her claim. But, rather than believing her or Googling, you chose to come on Reddit and make this post. Recommend you clean the cat boxes and apologize to your wife. You're the a-hole for a few reasons. Firstly, your attitude towards her trying to tell you about toxoplasmosis is a bit weird to me. You automatically assumed that she was just trying to be lazy when, as far as your context goes, but by all means I could be wrong in this, your wife hasn't tried to get out of changing the litter before. Secondly, if your wife told you that something was potentially dangerous to your unborn child, to me the logical response is to then actually research what she is saying to make sure that your child isn't/won't be at risk. If you aren't comfortable with Googling it, ask your family and friends or even your doctor. And lastly, in the edit you called your wife irresponsible for getting the cat when she knew about toxoplasmosis, yet you also told us that she had gotten the cat 3 years ago and she was only 2 months pregnant. Again, that could be you leaving out some context that you had been trying for a baby since before she had gotten the cat. You're the a-hole. Even if the litter thing wasn't dangerous for the baby, I'd still say you're sorry, but trying to do that chore when pregnant would probably be hard. She's swollen and in pain and probably has trouble seeing the box. Why can't you pick up this one chore? It seems like she's doing everything else to care for the cat and she'll pick it up once she isn't pregnant. Simple. Also, that edit. It seems unsafe to have a cat when pregnant really rubbed me the wrong way. You got the cat before she was pregnant. Also, can't you argue a dog would be unsafe for a pregnant woman too if it jumps up and is too rowdy? Anyway, it's your cat and clearly your wife cares. So just suck it up, will ya? It's just a litter box. Sorry if this comes off as rude or mean, but that edit seriously bugged me. You're the a-hole op. Seconding this comment. I don't even want to hear about everything else that op is nickel and dooming his wife about. And the fact that he would even need to post on Am I the a-hole to find out that his wife was right, and I bet she even said toxoplasmosis, but he decided she was exaggerating to get out of cleaning the litter box. I mean, WTF, dude. And irresponsible for getting a cat 3 years ago before you were even married. I mean, wow, op, you are the worst. I feel sorry for the cat if one of its people is so stingy that he requires his wife to buy the cat's food and care out of her fun money. I feel sorry for op's wife when the baby comes. Changing diapers is only a small part of raising a child, and it's not hard to imagine op saying something to his wife like, well, if you want X for the baby then you have to buy that out of your fun money. I'm not paying for it. You're the a-hole. A quick Google search would tell you that it's recommended pregnant women don't clean a cat's litter box. But you think she's exaggerating, so that's okay. Why would you not look into this? I mean, the internet says a lot of stuff about pregnancy that is over the top, like no alcohol 6 months before you start trying to conceive. I thought it was just another exaggeration. So are you going to dismiss every potential issue during her pregnancy because the internet says a lot of stuff, or do you plan to pick and choose? How many strangers on the internet calling you an a-hole will it take for you to stop dismissing your wife's concerns? You're the a-hole. Eventually she won't be able to bend down and get it. Will you refuse to do it then too? That would be different, because she physically would not be able to do it. Okay. But how is her not physically being able to bend over a health issue that much more different than her asking you to help because she's worried about the health of her and your child? Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. See you all later.